Well, today we're hearing from one Van Buren family who's working to reduce opioid overdose deaths by expanding access to Narcan.
Yeah, it's really interesting. They say soon the nasal spray used to treat opioid overdoses will be available for free in vending machines around the area. 5 News reporter Morgan Wrigley shares that story.
The Whittington family launched MedQuick in March 2023, vending machines with over-the-counter pharmacy items.
And we thought it'd be a good idea to put kind of machines that were available 24/7 for like hospitality locations like hotels, airports, hospitals, universities.
Now, there are around 20 MedQuick machines in Arkansas. The one at Arkansas Colleges of Health Education in Fort Smith is the first in the state to dispense Narcan.
We're both from Van Buren. Our family, has been raised in Van Buren. We wanted to really, put Narcan out and be available for our community.
Gary and Rebecca Whittington are both pharmacists, but MedQuick and the mission to make Narcan accessible is a family project.
I've seen it in my school. I go to Van Buren Freshman Academy, and I've seen several incidents where people have had opioid overdoses at my school and couldn't do anything about it because we didn't have access and didn't have the awareness of Narcan.
15-year-old Avery Whittington, who's serving as Miss Western Arkansas's teen, made that her community service initiative.
Mine is called You Can Save a Life, which is raising awareness about Narcan and opioid overdoses.
And 17-year-old Nate has headed up marketing, helping design the digital display on the side of the MedQuick machines.
Recently, we've started to transition into Narcan ads where we advertise like what's happening with the opioid crisis, why it's an issue today, and how Narcan can be used to help reverse an opioid overdose.
Just last week, Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin approved a grant that will place 4 MedQuick vending machines in Fort Smith that will dispense Narcan for free.
The problem with Narcan is that cost-wise is that it's around probably $40 to $45, and so it makes it, especially for students in universities, they usually have access for like an emergency. The universities are actually required to keep it on hand, but it doesn't address kind of that proactive person that wants to carry it with them.
In the future, the family hopes this will continue to expand across the state.
Public places where there's a lot of people around and where there may not be Narcan or other treatment options readily available.
Specifically high schools, because that's where my incidents happened, where I saw several people go through opioid overdoses, and having that Narcan there available would just be so much more easier to take care of that situation.
All part of the effort to reduce the stigma around Narcan and encourage people to carry it proactively, which the Whittingtons believe is necessary amid the opioid crisis.
We're past that point kind of now to where it's prevalent in a lot of places, and so
It's an epidemic.
Yeah, and so we have to kind of readjust our goals, and part of that is preventing the deaths, that occur from an overdose.
In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Morgan Wrigley, 5 News.